Kinsley stared at the locked office door, her heart pounding as Celine turned the key with a deliberate click. The late-night meeting had dragged on, but now the air thickened with something unspoken, something dangerous. In that moment, as Celine's eyes met hers, Kinsley felt a pull she couldn't ignore, and their lips brushed in a kiss that shattered every boundary she'd ever known. The world outside the glass walls of the New York high-rise faded away, leaving only the hum of the air conditioning and the rapid beat of Kinsley's pulse. She pulled back first, her mind racing. What have I done? This wasn't just any colleague. Celine was her boss, the sharp-minded CEO of Apex Marketing, a woman who commanded boardrooms with effortless authority. Kinsley had admired her from afar for months, drawn to her confidence, her quick wit, but admiration had twisted into something deeper, something forbidden. Now, with that single kiss, everything felt irreparably changed. Her thoughts swirled. I'm engaged to Mark, for God's sake. The ring on her finger suddenly felt like a shackle, a reminder of the life she'd built on expectations. Celine stepped back, her expression a mix of regret and defiance. Kinsley, I didn't plan this, she whispered, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. But Kinsley knew better. The tension had been building for weeks, late nights poring over campaigns, shared glances across the conference table. The way Celine's touch lingered on her shoulder during reviews. It was electric, undeniable, but wrong on so many levels. Society's gaze loomed large in Kinsley's mind. What would people say? A woman loving another woman, especially when one held power over the other. The whispers, the judgments, they'd destroy her career, her family ties. As they stood there, the silence heavy, Kinsley's inner turmoil erupted. Why did it have to feel so right? She'd grown up in a conservative suburb of Chicago, where her parents preached traditional values. Marriage to a good man, kids, the white picket fence. Coming out wasn't an option. It was a betrayal. Mark was safe, predictable, the kind of guy her mother adored. But Celine made her feel alive, seen in ways Mark never could. The kiss replayed in her head, soft and urgent, stirring a hunger she'd suppressed for years. Am I really this person? The question gnawed at her, pulling her between desire and duty. Celine reached out, her fingers grazing Kinsley's arm. We can't pretend this didn't happen, she said, her tone laced with vulnerability. Kinsley nodded, but inside panic surged. If word got out, the office would erupt in scandal. HR policies flashed in her mind. Fraternization clauses, power imbalances. Celine could lose her position. Kinsley could be labeled the opportunist. Yet as Celine's eyes searched hers, Kinsley felt a spark of rebellion. Maybe this was her truth, buried under layers of pretense. But at what cost? Her family's approval? Her sense of self? The next morning, Kinsley arrived at the office early, coffee in hand, pretending normalcy. But every glance at Celine's closed door sent her thoughts spiraling. She buried herself in spreadsheets, but her mind wandered to the previous night. That kiss wasn't just a mistake. It was a revelation. I've been lying to myself, she admitted inwardly. Memories flooded back. High school crushes on girls dismissed as phases, college experiments brushed off as curiosity. Mark proposed last year and she'd said yes because it fit the script. But now with Celine the script felt like a cage. During the team meeting, Celine's presence was magnetic. She presented the new ad campaign with poise, her eyes occasionally flicking to Kinsley. Each look was a silent question. What now? Kinsley averted her gaze, her stomach twisting. After the meeting, as colleagues filed out, Celine lingered. We need to talk, she murmured. Kinsley followed her to the office, the door closing behind them. Not locked this time, but the air still charged. I can't stop thinking about it, Celine confessed, leaning against her desk. But I know the risks. I'm your boss. This could ruin us both. Kinsley swallowed hard. Me too, she thought. The attraction was intoxicating, but the fallout terrified her. What if we just ignore it? She suggested weakly. Celine shook her head. Can you? The question hung there, forcing Kinsley to confront her feelings. No, I can't. But admitting it meant upending her life. That evening at dinner with Mark, Kinsley picked at her food, her mind elsewhere. He chatted about his job, oblivious. You seem distant, he noted finally. She forced a smile. Just work stress. Inside, guilt clawed at her. How could she betray him like this? Mark was kind, stable, the perfect partner on paper. But her heart yearned for Celine's intensity, her understanding. As she lay awake that night, doubts multiplied. Is love worth the destruction? The thought echoed, unresolved. Days blurred into a tense routine. Kinsley avoided one-on-one time with Celine, but the pull remained. Whispers started in the office, colleagues noticing their awkward interactions. One afternoon, her best friend at work, Lisa, cornered her. What's going on with you and the boss? You two seem off. Kinsley denied it, but the seed of fear was planted. Society's judgment wasn't abstract. It was in the stares, the rumors. Celine, too, wrestled with her demons. At 35, she'd built her career on resilience, hiding her sexuality to climb the ladder. Past relationships had ended in heartbreak, victims of her ambition. Kinsley was different, young, vibrant, but engaged. The power dynamic haunted her. Am I taking advantage? She paced her apartment, wine in hand. This could be real, but the ethics screamed otherwise. Yet denying it felt like self-betrayal. Their next encounter came unexpectedly. During a client pitch gone wrong, Kinsley faltered, and Celine stepped in, saving the day. In the elevator afterward, alone, Celine turned to her. You okay? Kinsley nodded, but tears welled. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Celine pulled her into a hug, and the dam broke. They talked for hours in a nearby cafe, sharing stories of hidden selves, family pressures, societal chains. Kinsley's parents called that night. When's the wedding date? Her mother pressed. Kinsley mumbled excuses, her heart aching. How do I tell them? The conflict intensified, loyalty to family versus authenticity. Celine faced her own battles, her conservative investors, the board's scrutiny. Loving Kinsley meant risking it all. As the week ended, Kinsley made a decision. She texted Celine. We need to figure this out. The response came swiftly. My place tonight. Arriving, Kinsley felt a mix of excitement and dread. They sat on the couch, words tumbling out. I think I'm falling for you, Kinsley admitted. Celine's eyes softened. Me too. But we have to be careful. Their conversation deepened, revealing scars. Kinsley spoke of her father's disapproval of alternative lifestyles, her mother's dreams of grandchildren. Celine shared her exile from her own family after coming out years ago. The parallels bonded them, but the dangers loomed. What if Mark finds out? What if the office does? The weekend brought no relief. Kinsley spent Saturday with Mark, touring wedding venues in upstate New York. Each picturesque chapel mocked her, a reminder of the facade she maintained. Mark held her hand, excited. This could be us, he said. She smiled faintly, but inside, turmoil raged. How can I marry him when my heart belongs elsewhere? The kiss with Celine replayed endlessly, a forbidden thrill contrasting Mark's safe affection. Celine, meanwhile, attended a family gathering in Boston. Her sister, the only one who knew her secret, pulled her aside. You look distracted. Is there someone? Celine hesitated, then confessed about Kinsley. Her sister's face darkened. She's engaged? And your employee? Sell. That's a disaster waiting to happen. The word stung, echoing Celine's fears. Power imbalances, potential lawsuits, her career hung by a thread. But denying her feelings felt like suffocation. I've hidden too long, she thought. Isn't love worth the fight? Back in the city, Kinsley met Celine clandestinely in Central Park. They walked under blooming trees, hands brushing accidentally. Or not. I can't keep pretending with Mark, Kinsley said. Celine nodded. Then don't. But think about the fallout. Kinsley did. Her parents' disappointment, friends' shock, the label of cheater. Society's script demanded heteronormativity, deviating meant exile. Yet with Celine she felt authentic for the first time. Their talks turned intimate, not physically but emotionally. Kinsley revealed childhood doubts, crushes on female teachers ignored. Celine shared her coming-out story, losing friends, gaining freedom. It's liberating, but lonely, she admitted. Kinsley envied that courage. Am I brave enough? The question haunted her. Monday brought confrontation. In the office, a rumor mill churned. Lisa approached again. People are talking. You and Celine seem close. Kinsley denied it vehemently, but guilt twisted her gut. Later, Celine called her in. We have to be discreet, she urged. But discretion felt like deceit. That night, Mark sensed something. You're pulling away, he accused during dinner. Kinsley deflected, but cracks formed. The pressure mounted when Kinsley's mother visited unexpectedly. Over lunch, she gushed about wedding plans. Mark's perfect for you. Kinsley nodded, but her mind screamed rebellion. How do I shatter her illusions? The internal conflict peaked. Family loyalty versus self-truth. She excused herself, texting Celine for support. They met in a quiet bar, away from prying eyes. Celine listened as Kinsley vented. I feel trapped. Celine took her hand. You have a choice. But choices have costs. Kinsley knew. Breaking off with Mark meant heartbreak, coming out meant judgment. Yet staying meant a lifetime of lies. As days passed, the affair deepened emotionally. Stolen moments in the office, late-night calls, each built connection but amplified risk. Celine faced her own dilemma. A promotion loomed, but scandal could derail it. Investors whispered about stability. Am I willing to sacrifice my empire for love? She pondered, staring at city lights. A turning point came at a company gala. Dressed elegantly, Kinsley and Celine navigated the crowd separately. But eyes met across the room, magnetic. Mark attended, oblivious, chatting with colleagues. When he stepped away, Celine approached. You look stunning. Kinsley blushed. So do you. The moment crackled, but danger lurked. Later, in a secluded hallway, they shared a hurried conversation. I can't do this halfway, Kinsley said. Celine agreed. Then let's make it real. But reality intruded when Mark returned, suspicious. Who was that? Kinsley lied, heart pounding. The lie festered. That night, alone, Kinsley confronted her reflection. Who am I hurting more, him or myself? The moral quandary deepened. Betrayal versus authenticity. Society condemned cheaters, but what about self-denial? Celine too grappled. Her mentor called, warning about rumors. Protect your reputation. She hung up, defiant. I've earned this life, why hide? But Kinsley's engagement complicated everything. Midweek, disaster struck. Mark found a text from Celine on Kinsley's phone. Innocent but telling. We need to talk, it read. Confrontation ensued in their apartment. Who's Celine really? Mark demanded. Kinsley froze, then confessed partially. She's more than my boss. Mark's face crumpled. Are you in love with her? The admission hung heavy. Mark stormed out, leaving Kinsley in tears. Guilt overwhelmed her. I've destroyed him. But relief mingled. The truth was out, partially. Celine rushed over when Kinsley called. Holding her, she whispered, we'll face this together. But together meant exposure. The next day, office buzz intensified. Colleagues stared. HR summoned Celine for a chat. Kinsley's parents learned via Mark's furious call. Her mother rang, hysterical. What are you thinking? This isn't you. Kinsley defended. It is me, Mom. The call ended in silence, a chasm opening. Internal battles raged. Kinsley questioned her choices. Was the kiss worth this pain? Celine doubted her ethics. Did I push her? Society's weight pressed, labels of homewrecker, deviant. Yet amid chaos, their bond strengthened. In a park bench confession, Kinsley said, I choose you. Celine replied, and I you. But choices demanded sacrifices. As the week closed, Kinsley moved out, crashing with a friend. Mark demanded the ring back, heartbroken. Celine faced board scrutiny, defending her integrity. The price was steep. Lost relationships, tarnished reps. Kinsley's thoughts swirled. Is happiness selfish? The drama escalated, setting stage for more conflicts. With Mark gone, Kinsley navigated a new reality, single, exposed, raw. She stayed with Lisa, who offered support but probed. Is this worth it? Kinsley pondered daily. The office became a minefield. Colleagues whispered, some supportive, others judgmental. Sleeping your way up? One sneered. The sting reinforced societal biases. Women loving women seen as scandalous, especially with power involved. Celine fought her battles. The board meeting was tense. Personal matters affecting professional judgment? A member asked. She defended firmly. My private life is private. But doubts crept. Am I fit to lead if I can't control this? Investors pulled back slightly, citing instability. Her sacrifice loomed. Career for love. Kinsley faced family fallout. Her father emailed. This phase will pass. Come home. Phase. The word infuriated her. It wasn't fleeting, it was her core. Calling her mother, she pleaded understanding. I love her, Mom. Silence then. We raised you better. The rejection cut deep, echoing childhood expectations. Am I betraying my roots? Amid pain, moments with Celine offered solace. They met discreetly, sharing dreams. I want a life with you, Celine said. Kinsley nodded, but fears nagged. What if society never accepts us? Protests against LGBTQ rights in the news amplified her anxiety. A betrayal emerged when Lisa, under pressure, confided in HR about the affair. For your own good, she claimed later. Kinsley felt stabbed, friendship fractured. Confronting Lisa. You had no right. Lisa retorted. You're blinded by lust. The argument highlighted moral divides, loyalty versus righteousness. Celine learned of the HR inquiry. We need to address this, she told Kinsley. They strategized, but tension built. Celine suggested Kinsley transfer departments. To protect us. Kinsley recoiled. Am I being sidelined? The power dynamic reared ugly. Love tainted by hierarchy. Internal monologues intensified. Kinsley wondered, is this equality or control? Celine questioned. Am I protecting her or myself? Doubt seeded cracks. High drama unfolded at a family dinner Celine hosted for her estranged relatives, inviting Kinsley for support. Her sister arrived skeptical. This is the one causing trouble? Tensions flared. Arguments about lifestyle choices erupted. Kinsley defended. It's not a choice, it's who I am. Her sister's retort. Then choose better. The night ended in tears, bonds strained further. Kinsley's awakening deepened. Reading online forums, she connected with others' stories, rejection, resilience. It fueled her. I won't hide anymore. But costs mounted. Lost friends, family silence. A pivotal confrontation with Mark followed. He met her for closure. You broke me, he said. Kinsley apologized, explaining her truth. I never meant to hurt you. He softened slightly. Find happiness. But his pain mirrored hers. Collateral damage of authenticity. Office politics escalated. HR issued warnings. No favoritism. Celine complied rigidly, distancing professionally. Kinsley felt abandoned. Is our love conditional? She confronted Celine. You're pulling away. Celine admitted fears. I could lose everything. The argument exposed vulnerabilities. Ambition versus affection. Societal pressures peaked with a viral article on workplace romances, subtly referencing Apex. Comments flooded. Disgusting power play. Kinsley read them obsessively, internalizing hate. Am I the villain? Celine proposed a bold move. Go public internally. Transparency might save us. Kinsley agreed hesitantly. In a staff email, Celine disclosed, I'm in a relationship with Kinsley. We'll maintain professionalism. Reactions varied, support from some, backlash from others. Kinsley's parents reacted furiously to the news spreading. Her father called. You're embarrassing us. She hung up, resolute but shattered. The moral quandary, family or self. As conflicts mounted, a food for thought emerged. Kinsley volunteered at an LGBTQ center. Hearing stories of triumph over adversity, it inspired. Damage is temporary, truth endures. But betrayal struck again. A colleague, jealous of Kinsley's rise, leaked details to media. Headlines blared. CEO's lesbian affair rocks firm. Chaos ensued. Clients wavered, stocks dipped. Celine faced the board again. Step down or end it, they demanded. Her choice, career or love. She agonized. I've built this from nothing. Kinsley, hearing, rushed to her. Don't sacrifice for me. But Celine's decision loomed, tension palpable. The file closed on a cliffhanger. Celine's phone rang, her lawyer. We can fight this. But at what price? The media storm raged, painting Celine as the predatory boss, Kinsley as the naive victim. Protests outside Apex demanded accountability. Kinsley scrolled comments, destroying traditional values. The hate fueled her defiance but eroded her spirit. Am I strong enough to weather this? Celine chose to fight. Resigning wasn't an option. She clawed her way up as a woman of color in a male-dominated field. We'll sue for defamation, she told her team. But privately doubts assailed. Is love worth my legacy? Kinsley supported, but felt guilty. I started this. Family rifts deepened. Kinsley's brother reached out. Dad's heartbroken. She pleaded. Help him understand. He hesitated. It's hard for us too. The isolation stung. Society's norms fracturing bonds. A moral crossroads arrived when a rival firm offered Kinsley a job. Escape the drama, they said. Tempted, she confided in Celine. If you go, I understand. But leaving felt like abandonment. Kinsley declined. Loyalty over safety? Betrayal came from within. Celine's ex, bitter from past hurts, fueled rumors online. She's a user, posts claimed. Celine confronted her. Why? The ex spat. You left me for ambition. Old wounds reopened, questioning Celine's patterns. Kinsley faced her own past. An old friend outed her publicly on social media. Always knew she was confused. The exposure humiliated, but awakened resolve. No more hiding. High-stakes decisions followed. Celine addressed the press. My relationship is consensual loving. Judge my work, not my heart. Applause from allies, boos from detractors. Kinsley stood by, proud but terrified. Personal tolls mounted. Kinsley's health suffered, sleepless nights, anxiety. Therapy helped unpack. You're grieving the old you. She realized. Change demands sacrifice. Celine's board ultimatum persisted. Choose. She negotiated. Give me time. But time brought more damage. Lost contracts, employee resignations. A turning point. Kinsley's parents visited. Tense dinner ensued. Explain. Her father demanded. Kinsley poured out. I've always felt this way. Suppressing it hurt more. Her mother cried. We love you, but this. Partial acceptance glimmered, but full reconciliation eluded. Inspired, Celine invited her family. Her sister apologized. I was wrong. Mending began, but scars remained. Drama peaked with a lawsuit from the leaker. Courtroom battles exposed vulnerabilities. Kinsley testified. Our love is real, not scandal. Celine followed. I've paid dearly. The process bonded them, but exhausted. Post-trial, victory came, defamation proven. But wins felt Pyrrhic. Reputations tarnished, relationships strained. Kinsley reflected. Was the pain necessary for growth? Celine echoed. It forged us. As dust settled, they planned forward. Celine stepped back slightly, promoting Kinsley fairly. Balance sought. Yet society lingered. Pride events attended, advocacy joined. Awakening spread. Internal peace emerged. Kinsley thought, I've chosen truth over comfort. Celine, love redeems sacrifices. The file built to resolution's edge. Tensions easing but lessons lingering. Rebuilding commenced amid remnants of chaos. Apex stabilized, clients returned, drawn to Celine's resilience. Kinsley thrived in her new role, proving merit beyond rumors. But echoes persisted. Occasional stares, whispered judgments. Society's acceptance was partial, a reminder of ongoing battles. Family ties mended slowly. Kinsley's parents called weekly, awkward but trying. We're learning, her mother said. The effort touched her. Change possible if gradual. Celine's family integrated Kinsley, holidays shared. Her sister became an ally. You two inspire. Healing felt tangible. Personal growth flourished. Kinsley journaled. Pain birthed authenticity. No regrets. Mostly. Celine mentored young LGBTQ professionals. Your story matters. A final confrontation arose when Mark reappeared, seeking friendship. I forgive you. Kinsley accepted, closure achieved. No villains, just humans navigating desires. Their relationship deepened, commitments made privately. Forever, Celine whispered. Kinsley agreed, heart full. Yet reflections lingered. The initial kiss, spark of revolution or destruction. Choices debated internally. Right paths often thorny. As they walked New York streets, hand in hand, defiance shone. Society evolved, but scars reminded of costs. In quiet moments, Kinsley pondered. Was betraying norms worth personal freedom? Celine. Did ambition justify risks? The story culminated in awakening. Love, flawed and fierce, transforms. Was Kinsley's decision to pursue her true love, despite the pain inflicted on others, ultimately right or wrong?